when you're starting an online business, there are a few easy mistakes to avoid. The first thing that I did wrong as I was building out this YouTube channel is that I didn't particularly have all of my different ways that I was going to monetize fully laid out. So I had a general idea of like how I would want to lay it out, where I would have a coaching offer, and then I was going to have a speaking offer. And now the problem with that was, first off, it wasn't super well defined. It wasn't very well targeted towards what my niche ended up becoming, which I couldn't have known beforehand anyways. But yeah, I mean, honestly, in general, try to keep things as tight as you can. Like, try to really stick to a specific niche and offer something directly to that niche. In reality, like, it usually is going to take getting feedback and doing market research to figure out exactly what people actually want. But, and I'm still in that process now, but definitely try to stick to a niche and like offer them something that is in alignment with that. And then another thing that I would add to that is like keep your, like have different types of ways that people can engage. So have like maybe a product, right? Like a low ticket product, like something that's less than $100. And then have something that is recurring revenue, right? So have a low ticket offer that's like something less than 100, have something that's high ticket that can reach, 1,500, 5,000, whatever. And then have something that's recurring. I think those are the three major things that you want to have, because you want to have a way that someone can like get into the ecosystem and become a customer without having to make some huge commitment. And then you want to have something that can essentially, if you're especially doing media like YouTube or something like that, you want to have a way that people can you have a recurring revenue offer. Because if you're trying to rely on like ads or something like that, then you're gonna get stuck on the hamster wheel of just creating content. And now if that's what you want to do, you just want to be a content creator, then run it. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to build a business, then having some sort of recurring revenue, whether it's even just cheap, like $5 a month, or $15 a month, whatever, like have that in place. And then, so yeah, have a low ticket offer that's just a one-off product, have a recurring revenue model of some sort, and then have a high ticket offer already in place, ready to go. And then the second big mistake that I've made while building out this YouTube channel and this business has been, you want to make sure that you're collecting emails. So, or collecting information and data in some kind of a way. So it could be a Discord where you're just like gathering people in a certain place, but you want to get people off of the platform, especially if you're getting, a bunch of traction on a free media platform. You want to make sure that you actually own your audience. And so emails are a great way to have ownership of your audience. You can contact them as you please and so on. Having other social media sites where you're gathering their information is cool. It's important. The main idea here is this, like, you don't want to be reliant upon the algorithm of this social media site to be able to reach your audience, because they can change that algorithm at any point in time to where you can't reach your people, and you want to be able to reach your people. And quite frankly, they want you to be able to reach them as well. So, I would say don't spread it out too far. I think emails are pretty much the best way to do that. So yeah, but now the second half of this where I actually messed up, because I happened to do that for the first video that blew up. I actually asked people to sign up for something in the link in the description, and that went great. I've gotten, a lot of emails from that. And now I have my own audience that I can reach when I have something that I want to present to them. The second thing is you want to collect data on the back end. So you want to have your Facebook pixel set up, and you want to have your Google Analytics set up on your website. So if you have your own owned media sites like a website, then have your Facebook pixel in the background, because what's going to happen is you're going to collect all this data from the Facebook pixel, and you're going to be able to retarget these people through ads. Same thing for Google Analytics. You want to be able to retarget these people. So that is super important, and it's going to change the cost of client acquisition down the line, because now instead of having to go out and reach these cold audiences over and over again, you've got people that already know you. And it takes several touch points for someone to actually buy from you. It takes like somewhere up to like 7 different times of someone seeing you to actually buy something from you. So you want to have a way to reach them again that's in your control once again, which is if you were to run ads to them. And then the last thing that I messed up on, and that, I got very blessed with, is like, try to find someone who's already been down the path so that you can ask them questions when the times come up. I had someone reach out to me. His name is Kevin, and he really started to just like give me game, and has been there for me for anything that I've had. And, I couldn't have asked for anything better than that. At the end of the day, like, he reached out to me. he was like, he saw my channel doing well and he reached out to me and has been such an incredible guide. But if you're not in that position, continue to seek people out. And I'm still doing that too, right? Because there's only so many things that, like, he's the YouTube guy, but I got to figure out how to do some other stuff. And I got to there's so many different things that you got to think about. So try to find and actively seek mentors or people that have gone through what you've been through or that know people that do, and, be willing to pay these people too. Because quite frankly, the information that you're trying to get from them is definitely worth money. So do that beforehand. So those are the 3 things. A little bit long-winded, I apologize. But the first thing is to make sure that you have your offers in place before you start. The second thing is to make sure that you're collecting information and taking your audience off of the platform that you're building it on. And also put your Facebook pixel and your Google Analytics in the background, because that's so much data that you're missing out on. I finally got my pixel set up, and dude, I've missed out on so much data because I didn't have it in, and I knew better. Like I do this stuff, and I messed up. I didn't expect anything to blow up that fast either, but it always has to be at the front of your mind. That's why I say do it before you even get started. And then the third thing is to reach out to mentors. Reach out to mentors. There's a lot of mistakes that you can make, especially on YouTube, where they can shut you down. They can give you copyright strikes, and you just don't want to get into some sticky situations. And my guy has continued to help me think about that and how to navigate that. So thank you, Kevin. If you're watching this, I appreciate you. But those are the 3 things. Peace.